Well, today for lunch I'm going to have a chicken Caesar salad. And this is just one from Tesco. I like to have Let me just raise the camera a bit. Hello, good afternoon and welcome back to my vlog. Excuse me. It's Monday afternoon and I'm just about to have lunch. And then after lunch I'm going to be videoing. I'm afraid it's a room tidy up and sort out, and it's my utility room. It's another room that gets into a mess very quickly and has been bugging me for over a week now, and I intend to do a full clear out and a full tidy up and sort out and reorganise. So that's what I should be filming this afternoon. I'm rather hoping as well to be able to get to Dunelm because I want to buy some storage containers, and I also want to have a look at a rug for the vestibule. A rug for the vestibule, which is something else I'm trying to sort out as well. But I'm waiting for Parcel Force to appear to collect a parcel. The postie has been for the Royal Mail parcels, so it's just Parcel Force now. And I can never guarantee when they're going to turn up. What I've done so far this morning is I've been to the gym first thing. I've done some work on my eBay shop. I've taken the dog for a walk, and as I say, now I'm going to have lunch, and then this afternoon I'm going to get cracking into the utility room, and I'm going to take you with me. Okie doke, so we'll catch up soon. So leading from the kitchen with Toby in the way. Hello Toby. This is the utility area. And it's actually the back of the garage. And as you can see, it's a tip. A complete and utter tip. So my task this week is to tidy this up and sort it out. Now, there are one or two things in here that I know I can dispose of. So the chair, for example, came from the conservatory, and that can go on Facebook Marketplace. This area is not really used at this time of year because this is not a heated room. And as some of you who've seen my previous videos will know that I've got an area upstairs in the loft room. And I think this might take its place. So that can go upstairs or can certainly be stored. And then I've got certain things that are difficult to deal with, such as the parasol for the garden furniture. I've got a spice cupboard over there, and then down here I've got a pile of stuff on top of a table which I need to go through. There's what's supposed to be a washable rug there, which is far too big to actually put in a washing machine. I can see some dust sheets there that can go upstairs into the loft room and be stored. And then I've got a couple of pots and stuff that can go outside. I've got the ironing board which can stay there. And then I've got a box of stuff in there which needs sorting. I've got I've got an under-counter larder fridge in the kitchen, but this is my main fridge freezer here. I've got a heap of stuff on top that needs sorting out. And then I've got, these are actually my old kitchen units that I had put into the utility space, into here, when I had the new kitchen installed last year. And you can see all this is a mess. All this needs tidying up in here. The top needs tidying up. These work surfaces are a complete clutter. I found some boxes that I think I could use to store stuff in. I've got some roots here from the names escape me, dahlias, that's it, are staying here over winter. And I've got loads of plants on the windowsill here, some of which I think have croaked, so that can go out. So that needs tidying up as well. I also use this space to clean silverware and metalware for my eBay shop, which is what all this is about. I've got some stuff here you can see that needs cleaning. I've got some empty I've got some empty boxes here. The bottom blue box has got some copper kettles in and one or two other bits and pieces that I need to clean. So this needs to come off the floor. And then the rest of it just needs tidying up and decluttering. I've got a couple of baskets here that I can do something with. I've got that soup maker needs to be found a home. The WD-40 needs to be put away. The silver dip needs to be put away. And I've got these two. Now this was the old shower caddy. And I think this can be cleaned. And I think that can be taken off. And then I've got some hooks here. And some more sticky backed plastic adhesive strips. And that, together with that, can actually probably go at the back of a door in here. And that means I can store, well, not in that door possibly, because that's Toby door, but this door underneath the sink, and which means I can store some stuff. And then there's one or two things that I think is going to have to be thrown because it's chipped. So this is the plan. What I'm going to do this afternoon is clear the floor, and the urn's going to have to go into the garden. The roses I bought for a display in the vestibule, and then I put elsewhere, but they're too big, so I think they are going to go onto eBay, and I'll sell them because they are quite expensive. They're rather nice actually, but I've got nowhere for them. They're far too large. So let's get cracking. The inside of the bungalow sorted before my holiday in March, so that when I come back, I can focus on the garden because there's quite a lot to do out there as well, as you will see. Okay, now what? Oh dear, oh dear. Right, we've got a little, okie doke, so we've got a little bit further. The glass fronted cupboards are a little bit tidier, although I think they still need some work. I've started to clear the surfaces. Still got to find somewhere for the soup maker. There's some bits and pieces over here I need to deal with, and then I've got a pile of crisps I need to put somewhere, and this has been a bit of a disaster. I have to rethink whether I can use those or not. I'm going to stop for today now because I've had enough. It all needs hoovering and there's further work to do, but at least it's a bit tidier. Okie doke, so I'm going to have a cup of tea, sit down, have a snooze. Parcel 4 still haven't appeared, so I'm going to wait for them, and I shall catch up with you all later. Well, good afternoon on a very blustery, hooly day here in southwest Scotland. The rain has stopped for the time being, but it all looks very ominous out there. Anyway, I just thought I'd do a quick catch up on my latest Dunelm haul. When I was last there, I got a 10% off voucher. So I spent that today. I was thinking about going down to Sostren Green in Carlisle, which has just opened. In fact, it just opened before Christmas, but that's a 60-mile round trip. So I'm going to leave that for another day when I've got other reasons to go down to Carlisle. So I've bought various things from Dunelm this afternoon. Some of them are quite sort of boring, but they are to do with the way I'm reorganising spaces here in the bungalow, and there's a couple of decorative items too. So let's get started. The first thing I bought was an egg poacher. Now I have to have saucepans, etc., that will work on an induction hob, and believe it or not, sometimes you can come unstuck. So this cost me, well, £24 minus 10%, which wasn't, it certainly wasn't the cheapest egg poacher there, but because it has the fact that it's all hobs including induction, it gave me peace of mind that this will work. So there's that. That's the first thing I bought. The second thing I bought is this. It's an artificial olive tree in a basket, and I'm going to show you where I'm going to put that. Now, I'm a bit iffy about a lot of artificial plants, to be honest. I think unless you're prepared to pay some money, they can look a bit cheap and a bit plasticky. This one was £22. Again with a 10% discount, so that's £2.20 off. And I thought it looked quite good. So I will show you where that's going to go shortly. And then the next things I bought are basically just storage containers. So I bought 3 of these. Now these are plastic, made to look like wood. And these are going to go into the bathroom cabinet on the base, on the lower part of the cabinet, and I'm going to put store stuff in them. I wanted plastic or something that was, or something similar, because anything else, like it'd be nice to have a woven basket or something, but because it's so damp in there, it would just attract mould, whereas this is going to be much easier to clean and wipe out if necessary. So those are 3 baskets for the bathroom. I then bought 2 small trays for the bathroom drawer in the cabinet in the bathroom, and they're going to go into the drawer and I can put stuff in them. I've already got 1 tray in there, which is different to these. But I thought 2 more trays, they're all fit in quite nicely. And again, they're plastic, so I won't have any mould problems. And then I bought 2 big lidded containers. These were £5 each. If I can get them out. I'm struggling here, folks, I can't get it out. There we go, and those are the lids, and they're going to go on top of the units in the utility room. Now actually looking at it, I could have probably bought 3 and they had another one in the shop, but possibly 2 will do. So those are those, and again I wanted plastic, you know, basket weave and so on is really nice, but I'm not sure how well basket weave would fare in the utility room. It's not heated, although it's not damp. You don't know. So those are those, and I'll show you where they're going to be positioned shortly. And then I bought a new rug, or rather doormat, for the vestibule. It's washable, and which is useful. And this is going to be part of the reno of the vestibule. I'm waiting for a delivery from Wayfair before I can really start on that. but I will put that in later and you'll be able to see everything in place. Okie doke. So, let's get on putting things out. Okay then, so first of all you can see the two plastic containers up on above the units in the utility room. They look quite nice. I'm glad I only bought two. They look more spaced out. So coming into the vestibule, as I've said, this is a work in progress. So here's this little faux olive tree. It's in, look how neatly it's fitted into this terracotta pot. And that's going to go at that end of the console table. And I've got a little rechargeable lamp here. It would be nice to have a rechargeable proper small table lamp, as it were, but I've not seen anything yet that I like. And then the display in the corner is going to be moved. That's all going to go out. This boot area here, I'm waiting for a delivery from Wayfair on that, and which should tidy that little lot up. And then this is the doormat. There we go. So it's all in the colours of the greens because, you know, the paintwork is green in here. And it shows more of the floor, the herringbone floor, which I think is rather nice. So all I'm waiting for now, as I say, is the Wayfair delivery so I can tidy up the boots. And these are the only boots I keep here. It's just for walking the dog. And I need to sort out that corner and move all that stuff somewhere else. So yeah, so there we go. So what I'm looking for is something to go into here. I didn't really see anything I liked in Dunelm. The things of the size that I thought would fit in there looked a bit plasticky to me. So I shall look elsewhere. I think perhaps something that's sort of trailing over might look quite nice. I don't know, we'll see. So as I say, this part's a work in progress. Okay then, so this is the restyled vestibule. So first of all, this is the shoe container that I bought from Wayfair. Relatively easy to put together. It holds 6 pairs of shoes, 2 pairs of which I'm pretty sure I can throw out. As you can see, I still haven't found a wee plant for the pot there. And here I've just put the 2 of the 3 little vases that I bought from Dunelm in the sale a few weeks ago. And I think they look quite nice there. So this taller vase I've moved from out of the bathroom, and I've got something coming to replace the one in the bathroom. And then there's the mat. It already needs a clean. I haven't washed it yet, but it will be washed this week. And then here I've got the console table. I've got the faux olive there, and this is a little copper bowl that my parents bought in the 1970s when we went for a holiday in the Channel Islands. And originally I was looking for a white bowl that sort of toned in with the 2 vases over there. But then I remembered I'd got this, and I've cleaned it up, and it's just a memory of my parents and of a holiday so many decades ago. And then underneath I've just put an empty basket on the shelf. Not quite sure what I'm going to put in there. And then underneath that, in a bit of a scraggy mess at the moment, is a towel and my dog walking boots. I can't put them in the cupboard because they're too big. So they're going to stay there for the moment. And what I thought I might do is get a small basket that I can put in there, because this door never gets opened. This is a door to the garage. I don't open it. So I could put a basket there and then just tidy that little mess up. And then here I've got a couple of lanterns with some LED candles that are remote controlled. So all being well, There we go, they come on. And I think there's different light settings if I remember rightly. I can't remember. But that's those. I mean, they're not the best quality lanterns in the world, but they sit quite nicely on the step there. And then I've just got a couple of pictures on the walls. So it's really tidied that up. And the extra storage here is really good because it's created space in one of my cloak cupboards in the hall, which I'm just going to reorganise shortly. So there we are. Nice entrance to the bungalow, I think. But as I say, I must wash that mat. It gets, because this is the way I come in with the dog in the mornings, it can get very dirty very quickly. But the mat is washable, so it's no big deal. And I've got a second mat in the airing cupboard, which can go there in between times. Okay then, I'm wrapping it up here. I hope this vlog has been of some interest to you, and perhaps given you some ideas about what you can do with your own spaces. For me, living in a tidy, what I consider to be beautiful but well-ordered environment is very important for my mental well-being. As soon as things descend into a mess or are jarring, I don't feel comfortable, and I don't feel as if I'm in control of my environment and my surroundings and in fact my life. So yeah, that's why I've taken the opportunity of January and going into a little bit of February to sort things out. I still have the spare bedroom to do. I have another cupboard in the hallway to sort out. The idea is to have all this done towards the end of February, so that I can then focus on the garden, because that requires an awful lot of work, as you will see when we get there. So in the meantime, take care of yourselves. I will be back again shortly with more general day-to-day stuff rather than, you know, tidying up and what have you. And yeah, take care and God bless. Okay then, bye.